We continue to wait for updates from our teams who are just a couple of meters away from 14 Riverside Drive. We've got Stephen Leto there and Hassan Mugambi. They will be giving us more details. The last time we spoke to Faisal Ahmed, he actually indicated that he was hearing an explosion and some gunshots. That must have been about 30 minutes ago or so. And we'll be crossing over to that team just to find out what's the situation now. Is it now all quiet? And if so, what sort of messages are they receiving from the security teams there? Obviously, it's quite a tight-lipped operation, and we understand why, for various reasons, for the safety of those who may still be within the building, and obviously to ensure that none of the attackers get any information that they could use to their advantage. But nevertheless, our team, they're endeavoring in a safe a manner as possible to get information for you as our viewers so that you can be well informed. But what we know so far is that 174 people, it has been confirmed, have been rescued throughout the course of this multi-agency operation. And we continue to hear how many more are still within that particular complex. There's also the whole issue of the vehicle, the Toyota Ractis, that eyewitnesses say was what the attackers came into that particular complex with. We had been told that police were pursuing the owner of that vehicle. They had done the search and, had been able to locate where that person is, and they were on their way to find them. We're waiting for an update on that. And of course, Sam Gituku, you've been speaking there with your security expert just to try and understand what does it take for something like this to happen. Why did nobody notice any of sort of the preparations into this? And if people noticed, who could they alert? Who could they call in case they saw anything that looked particularly suspicious? And I think this is something that Kenya will need to have a discussion about moving forward. What are those emergency numbers? And can the government find a way, possibly together with media, to continually update Kenyans on what you should look out for? What does suspicion look like, in a sense, and what numbers should one call immediately they think they see something that is definitely out of the ordinary? And maybe Bwana Musamali can just reaffirm once again what he has been saying. Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Musamali, and just reiterate once again what you said about when people see something suspicious, what should they do, and what should be that threshold that you say, now this is definitely suspicious and I need to raise this matter up?
Yeah, I think we started well after the Westgate attack, and Kenya, the government came up with the Manyumba Kumi initiative that has really not picked up so well with members of the public. And members of the public are still skeptical. They are not ready to share information with the security agencies. I don't know why we have that disconnect between members of the public. And as I've said, popular intelligence is working so well in countries like Uganda. Remember, Uganda had their own attack, and to date, they have not witnessed or experienced another attack. You go to countries like Ethiopia, they also have their troops in Somali. Burundi, you go to Tanzania, but still you'll find that it's only Kenya that is being targeted by the Al-Shabaab. I think we need to have a serious discussion about this. Why are we so vulnerable to these kind of attacks by the Al-Shabaab? And as I've said, if you look at the history of Britain, when they used to have experienced this from the Irish Republican Army, they came up with a program whereby a selected group of members of the public were trained on counter-surveillance and observation. Bus drivers, you'll find that the shop attendants, people working in hotels, they were given this kind of training, and that is the direction we are supposed to take. Right. Because as I've said, without the necessary skills, the common person cannot be able to identify a suspicious activity. For these people to carry out this attack at the Dusit D2 hotel, they must have done surveillance. And this is not something that was done in a day or 2 days. It might have taken... It takes time. Because they know all the halls in that building. They know where to hide. They know where to find who. So if we had properly skilled people in that hotel or in that premises, probably somebody could have noticed something that was not right, something that is abnormal. Somebody asking questions that do not add up, taking pictures of areas that are not of interest. All these are indicators that this person is up to no good. Coming there like 4 times, the way that eyewitness said he had seen that vehicle there 4 times, and this person will walk in and walk out. No serious business was conducting at that premises. So if we had a proper system whereby members of the public, you see, when it looks suspicious, it is suspicious. And when it looks suspicious, it is suspicious. It is suspicious.
Allow me to jump in. So if you travel through possibly an airport in Europe or a tube station in Europe, there is an announcement that keeps being played every 10 minutes. If you see anything suspicious, there's even a slogan: see it, say it, sort it, see it, raise the alarm, sort it. I mean, is it time for Kenya to get into that particular conversation?